Well, welcome. Thank you for coming out tonight to our reception here. It's such a privilege to stand in front of you and see everyone that took the time out of their busy schedules and made it here. But on behalf of AUSN, I want to thank you for coming out. I want to welcome you to tonight and quickly tell you the purpose we're here is to recognize and thank the many members of Congress and the many members of the congressional staff that do so much to support our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen who are deployed forward, serve their country, or have served their country, and now are retired and rely on the benefits that they have, that they've earned so well, and you support. I've got a long list of people who I'm supposed to recognize, but I know that this is a fluid list. Some people didn't show up. Some came that didn't tell us in advance, and that's all good. It means people are working. People have flexible schedules. So please, if I forget you, don't feel slighted. First off, Congressman Bartlett, thank you so much for being here. Other members of Congress and members of the staffs, thank you so much for being here. Too numerous to name. Secretary McCarthy, thank you. Secretary Garcia, thank you so much. Secretary McGinnis, thank you. Mr. Bob Carey, from the Director of the Voting Assistance Program, thanks for coming. Mr. Kevin Secor, Special Assistant, thank you so much. Admiral Greener, thank you for leading the Navy group that's here tonight. Admiral Tom Copeland, thank you for coming. Rear Admiral Brian Cutchin and his lovely wife, thank you for representing the Office of Chief of the Navy Reserve. Rear Admiral Ray, fellow classmate from the Naval Academy, thanks for coming, Rob, and supporting me. Rear Admiral Kay from ROA, thank you. I'm sure there's other flag officers, retired or serving, that are here, and thank you for coming. Again, I want to really, really thank the members of congressional staffs for all the work they do to support us. Thank you for coming. Also, we have a number of CEOs, and presidents, representatives from several companies, corporations, veteran service organizations, military service organizations. Thank you for coming and being a part of it tonight. Okay, the first thing on the agenda is for Congressman Bartlett. Just come up and say a few remarks. I understand you're on a short schedule, so I will refrain from any introduction. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting us. As I was standing just thinking back through the years of my first association with the Navy, it was in 1956 when I went to work for the National Institutes of Health. I'd just come off of 4 years of teaching in medical schools. And surprisingly, we had a contract at the National Institutes of Health to do physiological studies on UDT, underwater demolition teams. That's your current SEALs, is that right? Okay, so we used the circulating water channel at David Taylor Model Basin and the diving chamber NMRI. Is there still an NMRI? Is still behind? Okay, still an NMRI. And that started a 20-year association with the military, almost all of it associated with the Navy. I proudly ended up being awarded 19 military patents, all of them Navy patents, through my work at NIH. And then I was a physiologist at the School of Aviation Medicine in Pensacola, Florida for 5 years. I worked for Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory where I was principal staff, and then went on for 8 years to do contract work with the military, the Navy, all the while I was at IBM. I served as the chair of the Projection Forces, which is Navy and Marine Subcommittee, for 4 years. And then when we had a change in leadership in the Congress, I served with my very good friend Gene Taylor as his ranking member for 2 years. And then I was term limited out. And so now I chair the Air and Land Subcommittee. But I will confess to you that I have yet to attain the affinity and the concern for air and land issues that I still have for issues of our Navy and Marines. And I was very pleased when we organized our committee today that I couldn't have a choice until the second round. And there was still enough slots on sea power and projection forces that I am still serving on sea power and projection forces. Thank you all very much for what you do, for keeping us safe, for making sure that I can rest easy at night. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Congressman, for those nice remarks. Okay, now the awards. We have 5 awards to present tonight. First one is the AUSN National Legislative Advocacy Award. And Nicole, would you come up, please? Nicole DeResta, who I'm told is the one who gets things done in Senator Inouye's office, is kind enough to come and accept on his behalf. I'll read a few words out of this award. AUSN presents the National Legislative Advocacy Award to Daniel Inouye, United States Senator. Senator Inouye worked tirelessly to improve the quality of life and warfighting capabilities of both reserve and active components. He made a quantitative difference in the capabilities of military units and the lives of military members and their families. On behalf of AUSN, Nicole, please tell the Senator thank you for everything he's done, and the microphone is yours. I had to say that because I told her earlier I was going to do that. This is so I get my exercise walking back and forth. Okay, the next 4 awards, they all read the same, so I'm going to read the first one, and then I'm just going to call the others up. It's the National Legislative Proponent Award. AUSN presents the National Legislative Proponent Award to Mike Higgins from the House Armed Services Committee. Recognition of outstanding leadership and dedicated legislative service in the 111th Congress. Because of him, service members now enjoy improvements in compensation, bonuses, and benefits, something that we all treasure. So on behalf of AUSN, thank you, Mr. Higgins, for your efforts.
Thank you so much for this honor. I'm deeply grateful. As a backroom kind of guy, you don't often get recognition, and quite frankly, I probably prefer that to be the case. But tonight is a real special award. I'm very grateful for it. For me, it's all about the people. It always has been. I've been in the personal business for 41 years, and I admire and have a great affinity for military people and their families. And it's a great honor for me to be able to serve them here on the Hill. I am deeply grateful to Chairman McKeon before him, Chairman Skelton. And on the subcommittee for military personnel, my boss, John Chaplin, for his confidence in me. And Chairman Wilson, and before him, Chairwoman Davis, to give me the opportunity to serve military people in the Congress. And it's something that I truly treasure. And I'm very grateful again for the award. Thanks.
Okay, again, AUSN presents the National Legislative Proponent Award to John Chaplin from the House Armed Services Committee, again, for making a difference in senators' lives.
Higgins' remarks. It's truly an honor to be recognized. He and I are the quintessential Mopsy twins, I think. We've been together for about the last 20 years. The same thing on the committee. We like to be backroom boys, and I see myself as a glorified staff officer whose job is to make my bosses, now Mr. Wilson, prior to him, John McHugh, successful. And it's only with the help of organizations like AUSN become our eyes and ears about how the things we've decided and recommended are working, either minor course corrections or major course corrections. It's an honor to be honored. Thank you very much.
AUSN presents the National Legislative Proponent Award to Diana Tabler, Senate Armed Services Committee, again, for making such a huge difference in the lives of our sailors and their families. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this honor. The greatest honor of all is the opportunity to serve the men and women of our naval forces and their families and our retirees. Thank you very much.
And the last award, AUSN presents the National Legislative Proponent Award to Jonathan Clark, Senate Armed Services Committee, again, for doing everything he does to support our sailors and their families. Thank you. Jonathan, you made a lot of friends there with the lengthy speech you had. Now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Admiral John Greener, Vice Chief of Naval Operations. Doesn't need a lengthy introduction. Naval Academy graduate, served the 7th Fleet Commander, down at Fleet Forces Command as the commander there, and now serves as the Vice Chief of Naval Operations. And probably more importantly this week, he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.